Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm back with another recap of Diarra from Detroit, only found on BT Plus. So we have Series 1, Episode 4, all in. Let's just say this episode was a lot of twists. Like you wasn't even expecting it to happen, and it did. So it had started off with, Diarra, Aja, and T going to see this guy at this poker game. But then they backtracked like a couple of days earlier. So come to find out, Diarra is being watched by somebody named Tank and another person. They thinking she's working with the Greeks or whatever, which is like the Russians or whatever. So she don't know that. So meanwhile, Diarra, Aja, T, and Moni, they're all at her house thinking of ways to figure out what happened to Chris, because at this point, everybody thinks she's crazy and whatnot, and she kept finding all these articles about, and it's something about some spiders. Like she found the news article that had like spiders drawn on there along with her phone number that she gave to Chris. But also, T found an article saying that what happened to that Russian guy, because he got shot up at the club, and nobody knew that and stuff like that. And then it was Moni, T, and Diarra. They had went out to eat, and they noticed that one of the guys that were running around with the Greeks, Tony Kincaid, was there with his wife. And Diarra went to go approach him, but his wife was like coming off all nasty to her and stuff like that. So they kept going back and forth with the clapbacks, whatever. Then the wife was like, "I'm gonna call the police or the manager." She's like, "Fine, I'm gonna go." And yeah, then they went back to the table and they discussed that. And then Moni was like, Micro Dick is dead. See, she didn't know that. So then they get back to the house, and that's when they started figuring out all the news articles and stuff like that. So the next day at school, T and Diarra, they're talking about it, and they realized that T used to be on the same basketball camp as Deontay when they was younger. And they kept saying, well, who's it owned by? And they realized on the shirt it was by Mr. Greeks. So they wanted to pay him a visit. Also at the same time, S1XE comes to visit Diarra at her job and talks to her about how his brother Aaron is saying she's trying to get a cold case just to make him jealous. But in all actuality, I don't know why I'm so tired, but still, all actuality, S1XE thinks that Diarra is using the case to get back at her, when in all actuality, she basically stole the car to get underneath his skin, and she's trying to figure out the cold case for herself and her mental health, because she's really like, how y'all went from something so good and now it's like, where the heck this dude is at? So she's really trying to get to the bottom of this. And while they're talking, one of her co-workers is nosy and was like, I don't blame you. And eventually she leaves and they start talking. S1XE agreed to pay deals. Like if she leave him alone and return the car, like he'll give her the file with the help of the brother, and he gave her the file. So they went out to eat, I think, the next day or so, and she basically was telling him, like, I need this money. He agreed to it, and he agreed to pay her bills for the next couple of months at the same time, because she was about to go ham on him, and he also had some clients there that was waiting for him in the back. And, I guess when Diarra got in the moment, she got in the moment, and she basically was telling him, like, you need to loosen up, you're so tight and stuff like that. He wasn't trying to go for it. He's basically all about keeping his image and preserving his look or whatever. So after that, he agreed to do the bills and whatever. So it came time to, I guess, go down with the game or whatever. Because she just kept going there, spending her money to, get Tony to talk. Meanwhile, Moni is at the shop with her husband, trying to figure out where the I think it was the Impala that supposedly Deontay was taken from back in the day. And he wanted to have a moment with her. But she's literally trying to help solve the case with Diarra because she wanted to feel that excitement that she felt when she was younger. And come to realize she's not the same person she was no more. She's now a wife. She's now a mother. Like, some things you got to change. But her husband, Roman, was trying to tell her that, like, listen, I'll be okay with just being a father, my shop, and being a husband, because everybody else in my family, they ain't got nothing I got. So it's like, I'll be cool with that. And I guess was like, I guess I just go back to work, because that just basically threw my mood off. And, you know, he said, tell her to cut off the lights and close up when she's done. So yeah, now she gotta deal with that when she gets home. Meanwhile, Diarra and T and Aja, they met up with Maisha to go do this little poker place where Tony always goes, and that was that. So eventually she kept trying to fold. Eventually she had a hand that she could play. She thought she was about to be in the clear, but Tony came and snaked her, and he got full house. And Maisha was just like, yeah, you basically lost out on her money. Like, she don't play about her money. So I guess in order to play poker, you gotta have $2,000 up front. And Diarra basically used all her savings because she thought Swab was going to keep his deal. And he basically reneged her by him talking to, I think, his lawyer or whatever. They was like, nah, that's you taking the cop way out. So he basically stopped her funds, and she basically was in arrears. She ain't had no money. The girl was on E, bankrupt, like, vibe. So, yeah, that was that. Then also, at the end, you know, she went home or whatever. She started thinking about Chris again, dancing and stuff like that. So, yeah, kind of find out is all these thoughts just playing through her head. And she laying there, and she's thinking, like, Chris asked her questions like, how do you know I'm still alive? Next, you know, her phone started ringing. Somebody called her, and then they ended up smashing the phone on the ground. We don't know who it was. All I know is a black person's hand, same color as mine, who picked up the phone. And yeah, and then kind of find out Tank, whoever that guy is. Whoever Tank is, he's been hired to watch Diarra. So it's like, what the heck is really going on? Because this is like totally twisted. All these twists and turns. It's like, it's very intriguing at the same time, but it's like, you also get kind of confused, but I also get it though. So yeah, I can't wait to see what happens on next week's episode, because boy, I'm truly invested. Like, oh my god, I'm with Diarra at this point, because it's like, who? Oh, and I also forgot to tell you that at the end of the game, Diarra, she was about to get her tooth pulled out by Baisha, and then Tony stopped her. And then she basically started asking him questions about what happened to Dante and everything. He was basically saying he was in rehab, and they basically kept it under wraps, that nobody knew what he really was doing. So yeah, so just when you think she's gonna get ahead with some clues, she basically getting pushed back 10 more steps. Like, it's like she's basically back at square one. But yeah, like I said, I can't wait to see next week's episode. And yeah, with that being said, I'll see y'all soon. Bye.